There was a moment when I used to blame everything and everyone for all the pain and suffering and vile things that happened to me, that I saw happen to my people. I used to blame everybody, blame white people, blame society, blame God. I didn't get no answers because I was asking the wrong questions. You have to ask the right question.
Like what?
Has anything you've done made your life better?
Why would we seek equal rights? You are not our equals. We will eat you after we eat your children. Now time for the weather. Tiffany?
I actually had a pretty interesting night myself.
Do you like a porno?
You son of a bitch.
Staring at the water, looking like a bunch of sand. Looking to my eyes, and all you see is motherfuckers getting toe tagging, bitch, I'm backing up dope.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
When's the last time you've seen a mainstream media outlet do a serious investigative report on the actions of the CIA? There's a reason for that.
This would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country. And we're looking at that very carefully.
You say that continues today?
Well, I would think probably for a reporter it would continue today, but because of all of the revelations of the period of the 1970s, it seems to me that a reporter's got to be much more circumspect in doing it now, or he runs the risk of at least being looked at with considerable disfavor by the public. I think you've got to be much more careful about it.
Platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Oh, hey, what's going on? Yep, I'm in the closet. That's weird. How did I get in here? Why am I in here? Does that mean I eventually have to come out of the closet? Ha 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 ha. The jokes write themselves, people. Isn't improvisational humor so much fun? You know what? I'm sorry. I talk a lot. Like a lot. Like way too much sometimes. But what I'm trying to convey to all of you, this channel is fucking dead. I'm in a fucking closet, okay? I'm in a fucking... As you can tell by now, I'm not here for the money. I'm here because of all of you beautiful, amazing people who are super not racist at all supporting me. Yeah, no. This is a no racist zone. Okay? You know, whites are allowed, but you just can't be a racist white person. We're going to get into that. Just hang on. Without you guys commenting on my videos, and by the way, some of you were like, Darth, you never respond to my comments. It's like, I got a lot of shit going on in my real life, and when I'm editing videos, it's like, that takes up so much time. I'm not like spending a lot of time in the comments. I read them, but I don't have the time of the day to respond to everybody. So if I don't respond to your comment, I'm really sorry. It's nothing personal. I'll do a better job of trying to make sure I acknowledge you, because y'all are the reason I'm fucking here. So, yeah, now that this is usually where I lose my train of thought, actually. Let's just get into the video. That sounds like a great idea. Applejack. You ready? Hit it!
Two damn phones, Babylons can't crack the code. Used to sip out styrofoam, but the low, don't like to smoke them swishers, ho. If you hit my liquor store, it's 50 cents for single puff.
I don't even like wine, but guess what? You're gonna like it. I need some chill. I'm supposed to spit it out. But no way, Jose, am I spitting this stuff out?
You're the big G. Got your bitch. You're doing your thing, you're out with your boys, pimping. Accidentally fuck this hoe. Happens. Every man out here knows sometimes you accidentally fuck a bitch. You slip, oops, pussy.
We question all of our beliefs, except for those that we truly believe, and those we never think to question.
That's a good quote.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like, of course I'm opening to questioning my beliefs. It's like, what's trauma? Like when someone's like, I was traumatized, it's like, were you? Or do you just choose to label it as trauma and then now you fucked up the rest of your life because you call it trauma?
I've had it with this dump. We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. God damn you all to hell.
Well, shit, guys. It looks like we are definitely living in a completely openly racist society. It turns out white people are banned from off-campus UC Berkeley student housing common areas. That's right, the Berkeley Co-op also states that residents must alert others when they intend to bring white guests into the house. That's right, you want to bring a white friend over, you gotta let the whole goddamn building know. The article reads, the quote, person of color theme house is a housing co-op located near UC Berkeley that, quote, aims to provide housing to low-income, first-generation immigrants and marginalized students of color, according to its website. In a leaked photo of the, quote, house rules for the co-op, tenants are instructed not to bring white guests to the home without permission and to keep white guests from the common areas. Some of the house rules read, quote, many POC members moved here to be able to avoid white violence and presence, so respect their decision of avoidance if you bring white guests. Jesus Christ. White people are not entirely banned from the household's premises, but those wishing to bring white guests into the building must alert other tenants. Yo, this is the... oh my fucking god. This is the most racist shit I've ever seen. I've ever read. I don't know how this is allowed to happen on campus. I mean, it makes sense in today's climate because universities are nothing more than indoctrination factories, but this is not anti-racism. This is not protecting marginalized people. This is blatant racism. This is racist as it gets. If you bring white guests, white people, like that is so dehumanizing. Like none of these POC members who moved there to avoid white violence have ever experienced white violence. I highly doubt it. These motherfuckers aren't traumatized. They just want a place to feel woke and to feel, I don't know, special. There ain't nothing special about these people. The real world is not a safe space. You can't just hide from real world things that you might not like or agree with, or these people that get these microaggressions and these micro triggers. It's cringe. So it goes on to read, quote, always announce guests in the guest chat if they will be in common spaces with you and if they are white, one rule states. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, I don't even have words. The rules go on to read, guests are allowed in common spaces, but please be mindful if there are house members in the room beforehand. White guests are not allowed in common spaces. Another rule states, avoid bringing parents, family members that express bigotry. Queer, black, and indigenous members should not have to avoid common spaces because of homophobic or racist parents or family members. What the fuck? That shit fucking crazy. I mean, queer, black, and indigenous members should not have to avoid common spaces? Dude, no, you already have a common space. Can you imagine what's going to happen when these kids go out in the real world? Oh, let's go to Chipotle. We can't. There's too many white people there. Oh, let's go to the mall. Can't. Too many white people there. Can these people even step outside of their house without being afraid of white people? Like, this is insane. I mean, yeah, you can bring your family members to the dorms, but, you know, if they're white, just make sure they're not bigots. Make sure they're not homophobes. They better not say fat. Okay, so here's an actual image of the POC house guest rules. And you can see here, don't leave guests alone in common spaces to avoid house members assuming it's a stranger and alerting the house chat. Like, oh my God, there's a white person in our kitchen and I think he's using the sink. Trisha, I don't care. Becky, shut up. Trisha, I don't give a fuck. Becky, shut your mouth. Look, he's white and he needs to go. Okay? He needs to go because I'm fucking triggered. I can't look at a white person because I just want to kill them.
Obviously, you're not a golfer.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take the Lord's name in vain, but god damn. I don't understand how this is allowed to happen. I really don't get it. Isn't this like against the law or some shit? These motherfuckers are undoing everything the civil rights movement's achieved. This is literally, we're going back to segregation. We are segregating people. But this time, it's the blacks and the people of color doing it. To the whites. Look, I'm not gonna listen to this nonsense about white people were racist and they are racist and they enslaved my ancestors and this, dude. Have you been to Africa? I'm serious. Have you been to India? Have you been to China? Have you seen the movie Hotel Rwanda? You seen that shit? Fucking genocide. Every race of people has enslaved and killed their own people. This is not some special case where only white people ever enslaved people. Or that white people are the only race that can be racist. That's insane. Every race can be racist. Like, racism is there's a definition to racism. It doesn't matter what skin color you are. I'm like, is this what it feels like to be triggered? Oh shit, I'm getting kind of triggered. Anxiety is the future. Depression is the past. And peace is in the present. So, let me just try to live in the moment for just a second. Let me untrigger myself. No whites allowed. Sorry. But seriously, think about how much the civil rights movement fought for. And how much is being undone. This is not progressiveness, progressivism, progression, whatever. This is degression. This is de-evolution. We're going back in time. Y'all wanted to fight this racism so much. You went so far to the left. You came all the way back around. And now you're the fucking thing that you hate and despise so much. But you're so goddamn blinded by your fucking racism and your stupid indoctrination brainwashing. You can't even see the irony in your fucking words. The white peoples ain't allowed. If you white, you gotta let us all know. And if one person just is like, no, you can't have your white friend come over, you can't have the white friend come over because we don't like whites. Whites are aggressive. Oh my God. So what qualifies as white? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is white? Like, I'm not white. I look kind of like Caucasian-y, but I'm not. My ethnicity is not white. Or do you define what's white? Like, do you have like a little palette with different colors that shows you, like, you know, the range, and you put your arm up to it, and if it's not dark enough, then you're not. How do you, like, these universities have become breeding grounds for racists, especially like little student housing places like this. This is literally like an incubator that breeds racists. I mean, overall, universities have become like a factory assembly line, indoctrinating, like, you know, our youth, one gender study class at a time, one Adderall pill at a time, one Pornhub video at a time. We're not here to educate you. We're here to tell you what to do and how to think. Do as we say. Don't ask questions. Take the shot. Don't ask questions. Just take the fucking shot. I'm sorry, what? Oh, you've had COVID twice, so you're immune. You got a strong immune system. You think your immune system's stronger than COVID? You think you know better than me? Take the fucking shot. I don't care if you have a compromised immune system. Take the fucking shot or you're gonna lose your job. If you don't bend that fucking knee and obey, if you don't get on board with this identity politics and this woke way of life, well, then we're gonna come after you. You're not gonna work ever again. We're gonna destroy you. We're gonna smear you online. We're gonna cancel you. We're gonna dox you. We're gonna threaten you. You have an opinion? Think again. These little racists have a hive mind mentality. They are all NPCs being controlled by the radical left and the mainstream media. 95% of the mainstream media is left-wing news. They're left-wing news outlets. That's just the way it is. I'm not saying everything on the right-wing news stations, the 5%, are right either, but you got to start waking up. There's a fucking narrative being pushed that white people are bad. Like, if you want to start your own little commune after college, once you're no longer a student, and you want to just make it, colored people only, fine. But I don't know how the fuck colleges have gone so far off the rails that they're allowing segregation to take place within their own off-campus buildings, their own off-campus housing. They're just like, well, the students voted. They took a vote. It's a democracy, so no whites allowed. I hope to raise my kids right, to raise them with the right moral compass, that I don't have to worry about them when they go off to college. But I don't know if I can even take that fucking chance anymore. I mean, you could raise the fucking smartest kid, and through indoctrination, through those 4 years alone with those woke wackadoos, they're gonna come out the other end of that pink-haired, fucking hairy armpits, like nose ring, eyebrow ring, tongue ring. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll like dye her fucking pubes like pink or something. I don't know. Maybe the carpet matches the drapes. Maybe she's one of them. Maybe your Sigma cum laude son, who was going to Harvard, who ended up going to, I don't know, University of Michigan, decides he wants to chop off his dick and balls before he even graduates his sophomore year. This insane ideology, perpetuated and drilled into our youth's minds on a daily basis, allowing children to believe that they are cats. Oh yeah, there's schools that have students who think they're cats, that identify as cats, and they meow and they do all this shit, and the teacher can't tell them to shut the fuck up if they're meowing. Can't send them to the office, can't give them detention, can't tell them to be quiet because they're a cat. When we let this kind of mass psychosis run rampant and no one's putting it in check, we are in a whole heap of trouble, my friends. We are all fucked. You think it's not going to affect you. At first it started off with like Gamergate, like, oh, there's this and that, and then it just slowly started to seep into our everyday lives. Well, one little thing at a time. Slowly by slowly, just making its way into our everyday lives. First it was entertainment, then it was sports, of course news, schools, universities, which is supposed to be a place for freedom of diversity of thought, is now a place of thought control. Like, you gotta question, man, like, when there's such an aggressive, almost violent reaction towards somebody who doesn't think like them, you question the narrative. You gotta be like, yo, why is everybody thinking this is... So I'm not allowed to ask questions? I can't ask a question? I thought the vaccines were supposed to be legit, Twitter. I thought we only need to get one shot. Now it's boosters and boosters and boosters. I can't even ask why? Why we have to get boosters now? By the way, I never got that shot. Fuck that. If you got the shot, good for you. If you're still wearing a COVID mask in public, fuck you. Anyways, I think that's all I got to say on this topic for now. I'm just like, I'm not surprised. It's like I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised. If that makes any sense. That this kind of segregation is happening on campuses. I mean, I knew they had like an all-black dorm. I knew they did that, which was already iffy, but now when you say, like, literally no whites allowed, like, no whites allowed, switch white with blacks. Like, do you not see the irony? Do you not see? How about we stop judging everybody based off the color of their skin? How about we start looking at people as human fucking beings? And until they open their mouth and say something that makes you judge them based off their character, don't judge them based on their clothes, but especially based off their skin color or their ethnicity. That's insane. Or sexual orientation or whatever. See, the problem with these woke identity politics is that what the elites are doing, the people running the world, they're trying to divide us. They're using the media to divide us by making everything about identity and being this or that, and how many minority or underprivileged or marginalized points do I have? You know, like, it's all about me. Like, am I gay? Am I biracial? Am I fucking, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm a black, gay, autistic, depressed, bipolar, non-binary, trans. All you think about is people's color or their race or their sexual orientation. It's like, what? Why does that matter? Why does what people look like or who they fuck come before anything else? That's like the last thing on the fucking list. Are they caring? Do they have a family? Do they support themselves? Are they mature? What kind of person are they? Are they a good person or a bad person? Or a lazy person? What kind of person are they? You can't judge a person based on the color of their skin, and I know you all know that, and I'm preaching to the choir. But the fact that college students who are supposed to be smart and the next generation of doctors and scientists are racists? I have to call this out, man. Like, I have to. I gotta call it out from my closet. It's actually not my closet, but we'll not. But that's not really important whose closet this is. Anyways, demonetized, so support the channel. Fuck, it's getting hot in here. It's like really stuffy. Links are in the description below. Look, I'm demonetized, so help me out. And if you don't want to help me out, well, I hope you can sleep well at night. And I hope you've been entertained, especially if you made it this far and you're not entertained, then I don't know what to tell you. You're on your own, buddy. So, until we meet again, don't forget to pull out this PO-fucking-L. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. Stay Darth.
I mean, if I'm wrong, and I'd love to be wrong, but if your attitude or your idea is that the population's going to get smarter, healthier, and more adept at problem solving, you're on fucking crack.
Because when you discover that you aren't running this universe, you're not even running your own breathing. And you say, who's in charge around here? Well, nobody's in charge. There never was anybody in charge. There's just this happening. And it's like they say in the Upanishads, those ancient texts of Hinduism. They say, Tattvamasi, you're it. Ha! You're everything that's going on. In other words, you are a particular place at which the whole universe is focused.
Why don't you just fucking die already?
Certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. For instance, number 1, you can never have sex.
With your best friend and his man?
No, just a random man.
Oh, random man?
We took a bath together.
So you guys just took a bath? That was it?
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday?
Yes.
My dirtiest is
damn.
probably sleeping with 3 guys. 3 guys in one night.
In one night?
God damn! In one night.
That's more than you.
I got bitches all on my dick and every day, sucking on my balls, licking on my balls. Bitches, they know. Stick it in that boot.
Number 1 qualification for men in your mind?
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
nice, respectful, not a fucking words come out of your mouth and I want to sock you in the face.
I agree. If you're an asshole, then how are you gonna get a girl?
If I can't have a conversation with you, it's an automatic no.
I can do anything I want. And so can you.
This is one of the programs of human hijack that's been taking over this planet. You know, it's like a lot of people in the UFO movement ran around looking for spaceships saying, I think we're being invaded, I think we're being invaded. Where are they? Where are they? Try the New Age movement. They're not coming from outside this way. They're coming from inside this way.
How did men go from this to this?
You find a piece of candy in your pocket?
No, sir.
What's your name, Tubby?
He's good, sir.
He's cool. You know, you remind me of the doughboy. If I poke your stomach, we'll make you go, ooh. You know what? I'm gonna help you make room for lunch, bacon boy. Drop down, give me 30 sit-ups right now. Let's go. Count 'em in. Let me see that belly roll.
Okay, let's get philosophical.
It's funny, I used to be so concerned with who I was and what I wanted to be, and now that I have access to the furthest reaches of my brain, I see things clearly and realize that what makes us us, it's primitive. They're all obstacles. Does that make any sense? Like this pain you're experiencing, it's blocking you from understanding. All you know now is pain. That's all you know, pain.
Can we please stop saying that suicide is the most selfish thing you can do? Can we please stop saying that? Can we please stop saying that? The most selfish thing you can do? The most selfish thing? Because, I mean, it kind of seems to me like the most selfish thing you could do would be making me killing myself all about you.
This is the best piece of advice I've ever heard about the mind. You are not the voice in your head. You are merely the one that observes it.
So no matter what I do, hooray for me because I'm a great guy.